Hello and welcome back for episode 27 of Pentagon for Gold. We are very near the end of the season and we have the potential to win both the league and the Champions League. This could be the episode where we finally win the Champions League and can actually move on from South Africa. Now, before we go into these games, which are against Kaizer Chiefs and Stellenbosch, just wanted to show you that we've got quite a lot of interest in Jesse Canharere from Brazil predominantly. He wasn't fussed about Bahia or Atletico Paranaense, but he was very upset that I wouldn't let him go to Santos, which I would have done if I was able to sell him at the end of the season, but they were demanding an immediate transfer, and actually that was the only kind of transfer I could do. And there's no point me losing him for, the most important games of the season. So I'll let him go in the summer probably, but for now, I don't think I will be letting him go, just because I need him more than they do right now. Anyway, so since that last episode where we did manage to just about, quite comfortably in the end, pull through against DS Tunis. First leg was 0-0. Second leg we smashed them at home. We've had two games, one against Golden Arrows at home, and that was a 3-0 victory with a fantastic volleyed finish from Bufalese at the very end of the game. And then a comfortable win against Sundowns away from home. And that leaves us, I think, just 1 point off winning the title. So if we got to 69 points, they could get to 61. And actually, I think, we need to win here to get the title wrapped up now. So I'll show you Stellenbosch, and then I'll show you Kaizer Chiefs, and then I'll leave the rest of the season for now, because chances are those games are not going to be important unless we completely mess up against Stellenbosch, which is possible because I will probably be rotating quite heavily in preparation for the CAF Champions League final. True to my word, I have rotated pretty heavily for this game. Aquino is the only player that keeps his place from the last game and is going to be the only player that's actually playing in the next match unless there are injuries in the squad. Amos Banda starts at centre-back. Daryl Payne would have done that, but unfortunately he has picked up an injury which is probably ending his season. Gift Dodo also starts in midfield as a result of his lack of registration for the tournament, as he had already played for Sundowns, which was the same issue we had with Mkwanazi last year. And it's a bit frustrating. You'd like to have your best players available and not cup-tied, but we'll manage. And we've got Velapai and Malonica both who can do a really good job in that sort of role. Anyway, Macheke here. Nice easy save for Aquino to start the game. Just catching practice really. Now he sends it long for Mkwanazi. The defenders missed it. Mkwanazi almost managed to sneak through there, but it has ended up back with Stellenbosch now. Makamba goes for a chipped pass into Dutiro. Well, it's a really good ball back into Dutiro again, and that's a fantastic finish past Aquino. Not the start we're looking for. As it stands, we're on a 60-game unbeaten run in, I think it's in all competitions, potentially in the league actually, but we could do with coming back in this game, because that's not a great start at all. But I've got faith in the boys. We can do this. Not the way that they are currently showing with mentalities, but we can definitely improve on this. We'll go attacking. We generally do really well when we go attacking against smaller teams. Hopefully I won't have to bring on too many of the starters for the next game. Makuma. Iverson now finding space down the right hand side. Decent cross, but Don's been able to intercept it, and that's a really good pass into Dutiro again. Fantastic stop from Aquino, but he gets another chance, and Aquino has done another good save there. Dutiro is getting right in behind our defence. This is not good defending from us. I wonder if Banda is not... He's not quite on the level of most of the other players that I've got in my squad. He is very young at the moment. I think he came through my youth system actually. I'll thrash my arms at the boys. Iverson, the only one who hasn't reacted well to that. It's rare that we actually are being dominated like this as well. I think we'll increase the directness just to get it through to Mkwanazi a bit more, because this hasn't been great so far. Awful from Mantia, but he's got lucky and it's come back to him. Mukamela now. Into Gift Dodo. Now Iverson's got a ton of space on the right hand side. Can he get it in? He can. Dodo's got a chance here. It sends it back to Roberts. Not really sure why he did that. We've still got hold of the ball. Into Mkwanazi, and that will be a goal. Got a little bit lucky with how it came through to him, but he made no mistake with that finish. Probably the easiest goal he'll score all year. Not that there's much time to beat it, but how are Sundowns getting on? They're still drawing, so as it stands we would win the league in spite of this draw. Let's get some subs on, I think. Oh, maybe we'll see what happens with this chance. Didn't make any changes. I'm not quite sure why you're saying I'm discarding them. Wesley. Can McQuinazi get there? Not quite. He hasn't got the pace of Sitole, so not entirely surprising he couldn't get there. Shalquick, though, does get there. And now McQuinazi, if he can get a run on his man, has a chance. And we've got a penalty. McQuinazi with the chance to score potentially a title-winning goal here. And he's missed it right into the keeper's hands. It's a good save in the end, but you'd hope for a better finish from McQuinazi. Let's get some subs on. Who's not playing well? Kubane's not playing well. I think we'll get Kupstad on and put Shane Roberts as a box-to-box. And Makoba can come on as well as Sandoval. Come on, lads. Shane Roberts with the corner. And Gift Dodo heads it in. That should be that, really. Let's lower the directness of the passing. Good header from Dodo. Not quite sure why he was the man there to head it in, but we'll take it, regardless of who it came from. Sundowns, meanwhile, still drawing. Let's lower the tempo, get a bit of time wasting in, and that should be that. Last chance. Dodo into Roberts, and he might have. That's his fifth goal of the season. I thought it might have been his first, but clearly I'm wrong with that one. Good finish from Roberts in the end. Lots of tired players, but at least they won't be needing to play in the next match. And there we go. We've won the title. Really good season from us so far in the league, and we're still unbeaten. But also, for once, Sundowns weren't right on our tail, or at least someone else weren't right on our tail. As you can see, we're 11 points clear with 3 games remaining. And Sundowns have just paid us some money as well. So we've won the PSL again, second straight. We've qualified for the M8 as always, and the CAF Champions League, which hopefully we'll be winning now. Good budgets for next season. Potentially could be more if we win the Champions League. But I don't think we'll be needing to spend too much, perhaps, given I've got all the loans coming in again. But as you can see, we've ended an era of dominance from Sundowns. Orlando Pirates got it in 2021, but aside from that, we have done really well in stopping Sundowns from continuing their era of dominance. Given it's the day of the final, I've decided that I am actually going to accept a bid for Jesse Cañarere. He is going to be likely going to Santos for 1.4 million. I negotiated a loan back length of the end of the season, which is actually the end of next season, and the percentage of profit from the next sale of 50%. So I'm pretty happy with that. He ended up costing me about 600k plus a rubbish player at the start of the year, so it's really good to get a bit of a bonus on him. And while it'd be sad to see him go, at least he won't be going today. He'll just be going at some point before the end of the season when he's finally accepted the contract, and we're going to head right into the game. Makuma has picked up a really long injury. It's 5 to 6 weeks. It did say it was going to be 2 months a moment ago, but I guess I must have advanced today and that changed it slightly. So he's going to be out for the season, but he'll be back next season. And I don't know. I think I will play the Club World Cup if I can. I'd look forward to doing that, even though we'll probably get absolutely battered and go out in the group stage. But you know, I'd be happy to give that a go before I head off elsewhere. And I imagine, provided the jobs aren't looking like they're going to disappear straight away, I don't know quite what's going on in the job world. Have a look at the jobs centre. Jeonbuk, they're a big team in Korea. I think they're usually predicted to be around first or second. First, yeah. But I'd probably rather go to China because they'll have more money. And aside from that, there's not really any jobs going. So I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens come the summer when teams are more likely to sack some managers, and some managers will walk away from their jobs anyway. Here we are. It's all to play for in this final, which you may have noticed we're actually against Ismail and Johannes in the Kaizer Chiefs defence, both of whom I think probably played together. Maybe not. Maybe there was one season between them. So we are going up against an old centre-back partnership. They've also got Junior Makize, who I believe was the left back we had last season. I don't know if that's the same Makize or not. And our team is our strongest 11, really, apart from perhaps Iverson over Daniels, but there's not much to separate them. But unfortunately, Daniels is suspended, which I hadn't even realised, so that's why Iverson's playing back-to-back games while everyone else was rotated. Probably that means Mukamela will come on before the end of the match. But we are heavy favourites for this game, apparently. Kaizer Chiefs are the 9th place team in the league. They've had a bit of a bad season. And obviously with us being first, you'd hope we'd win most of these games. But it is cup football, and the players are going to be nervous, so no doubt that will come into play. And already we've got a penalty. I think that was a penalty. The game says it's harsh, but I think this will be given. Yes, it is. So now can Sitole step up and score this penalty in the Champions League final? He can. He's put us in a really good position here. Gives us something nice to build off. And hopefully we can get the job done. Apologies if you can hear a motorbike. Someone has gone by very loudly. We are dominating this game so far with 1.77 expected goals. So I think that's about 1 expected goal without the penalty. Now Kele. Velapai has done well to win it back instantly. Apollis running at the defence. He's far too good at dribbling and far too fast for a lot of these players in this division. February has managed to save the shot at the end of it. It wasn't bad from Apollis, but just not quite enough on it to get past the keeper. Velapai looked like it might deflect for him, but not in the end. It's now gone a long clearance into February's hands. Nice for him to collect. Can he do something with it? No, he can't. Matsimbi now on the ball. Fleming Iverson. And now Apollis on the right hand side. He's breaking past the left back. And he took the left winger with him and then sent it in for Buthelezi. Really good goal. Great work from Apollis to set up Buthelezi there. And we're now in a phenomenal position. Look at the pace here. Beat the left back. And then the winger just couldn't quite keep up. We are really doing well in this so far. They're playing an unusual formation. I wouldn't have thought that a 3-back would be a great idea in this sort of match, but clearly they're worried about the threat of our forwards. Quite rightly so as well. Makwane. Mafoso. Looked like it was going to be a good ball into Jermaine George, but it was a really good header from Matsimbi to clear it out. But now George has got through and he has scored. First real chance that they've had, to be honest. Aquino couldn't get near it. It was a very good finish in the end. We just need to keep playing as we have. That chance won't change too much if we can just keep playing as we have. Apollis again, Malonica. Apollis sends it in for Buthelezi and almost a reconfiguration of that second goal. We've been good so far, but we could still improve. We need to just see this game out, get a couple more chances and a couple more goals ideally, really make it comfortable for ourselves so we can start bringing on some other players as well, give people a rest as well. Buthelezi, the first player to tire a bit. He's only on a 6.8 given that he's scored. That's quite low, but I'm sure that he will be fine. We'll take him off in a moment anyway. Oh, another chance here. Always happens just as I'm about to click on the tactics. Canurero with the throw-in. Buthelezi sent it back to him. Jorge on the edge of the box. Oh dear, they've got a counter on here. Jorge's shot went directly into the defender and it's given Brown a really good run. Aquino comfortably saves that, pushes it round the post. But now they have a corner kick. Domingo. It's headed out well. Now Matabela. We're pressing him, but he's still got the ball on the right wing. Diaz, and that's very, very comprehensive from Jorge. So let's get Buthelezi off. I think we'll get... Yeah, let's get Shao quick. And then Velapai can... I think I'll keep him on and take off Malonica for and Cabane, get a bit more energy in the midfield. And then perhaps Jesse Canureri can come off for Mukamela because his morale's a bit lower after I rejected that initial bid. plus Mukamela being one of the stars of the save from the start. Matsimbi with a cracking header, 7th goal of the season. That's not bad for a centre-back. But yeah, Mukamela's one of the stars of the save from the start. He was our key player when we were in the 2nd division, and he was just about the only one that actually stayed from that first season into the 2nd, because everyone else left and didn't want to sign new contracts or had interest from elsewhere. I'm not quite sure why Mukamela never had any interest from elsewhere at that point. Oh, a polish very close, left-footed shot on his weak side, but it was a good effort. And we should be able to see this out pretty comfortably. And that will be a lot of money for us to get. I think it's about 1.2 million you earn from winning this tournament. So we might be able to increase our transfer budget. Be nice to set up the club well for the future. Allow them to keep getting money in, because obviously the AI does like to slightly ruin your teams as soon as you leave. It'd be a shame to see Cape Town Spurs slipping back down below Sundowns, but I can definitely see it happening. Mukamela, decent effort, comfortable save for February in the end. Would have been a nice way to round off his time in this team. He probably will end up staying, to be honest. He's been a key player, and I think it would be nice to keep him around. And we've done it. Continent 1 is complete. So next up, it'll be North America or Asia. Ideally, I'd go North America first, as I've said, because I want to spend the big bucks in China, and I think also that's one I can knock out really quickly before heading to Brazil. But I think Mexico might be the place to be. Slightly easier nationality to manage than US, with all the complicated systems they have. But yeah, here we go. Enjoying the celebrations. Are we going to get a cartwheel from the goalkeeper? Don't know where Aquino is at the moment. I guess not. He's holding the trophy. We're getting a cartwheel from that. Might be Fleming Iverson, I think. And yeah, there we go. Really good performance from the boys. Very comprehensive. And that should be phenomenal for our finances as well. I'm looking forward to seeing how much we get. I think it'll be about 1.2 million. 1.94 million. Wow. Yeah, he wants to leave. It's a shame to see him leave. He probably won't be coming back. Actually, no, I've got a loan back clause on him, so he will be. He'll at least be able to play in the Club World Cup, even if he won't be able to play in the next 3 games, depending when he leaves. We've celebrated a double, broken the stranglehold that the teams such as Sundowns, ES Tunis, Al Ahly and Zamalek in particular have had over this tournament in recent years. 1.94 million is phenomenal for this level, and the board are very happy with that. So how are our finances doing? 2.4 million. Beautiful. I wonder how that's affected my rep. It is now 60%. That's going to be very good. That means we can probably get a job anywhere, from sort of a smaller nation in Europe to, anywhere in Brazil or China or South or North America. And I did try and get another coaching license, but the board were not keen to, because it would get interest from elsewhere. But I will probably be leaving as soon as possible. I know I've signed a new contract, but I didn't want to find that I failed this season and then had that contract where the board wouldn't give me a new contract, and I'd therefore end up having to go to another South African team, because this is where I have built my dynasty, and I don't want to have to go somewhere else and try and break this down. So yeah, we've done really well here to win the tournament, and we've won the league as well. We got knocked out in the semi-final of the Telkom knockout, didn't really care. Nedbank Cup knocked out in the quarterfinal by Supersport, didn't really care. And MTN8 didn't really care, because we'd won that before as well. It was obviously a shame not to get the finances from that, but what can you do? So as you can see, Jesse Canuari will be leaving probably, and Guidi is leaving for Bloem Celtic, and Lucio Silva is coming in from Estudiantes. Aside from that, I will probably come back with a few transfers and play the Club World Cup, depending on if I get any good job offers or if there are any good jobs going. I'd like to play the Club World Cup and then move, but I also don't want to end up playing the Club World Cup, go out instantly, and then get stuck here for another year or so before I actually find the job that I want. So I guess you will see in the next episode whether we are still at Cape Town Spurs for a bit or whether we have moved elsewhere. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this part of the series. and I've really enjoyed my time at Cape Town Spurs. So if this is the end, then it's been a pleasure. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out, and you can actually keep up more with this save, which is going to be a good long-term one. We've already gone 4 years into the future in just Africa, so it's going to be, you know, a 15-20 year long save to even have a chance of winning the Champions League, unless we go to one of the biggest clubs in the world. And then, you know, we can go for winning probably the Euros and the World Cup as well, would be nice. So yeah, there's lots to dig into, and I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, have a great day,